Does the Constitution live and breathe, or is it etched in stone? This question lies at the heart of a fundamental debate in constitutional theory: interpretivism versus non-interpretivism, two opposing approaches to constitutional interpretation. Today we delve into these two distinct viewpoints, their key differences, and their far-reaching implications. Interpretivism stands firmly on the premise that the Constitution should be interpreted based on the text itself and its historical context. Interpretivists are like detectives, sifting through the words and phrases, delving into the intentions of the framers and the historical circumstances of the time. They argue that the essence of the Constitution is rooted in its text, and it is the job of the courts to interpret it within this framework. In essence, the interpretivist approach treats the sacred document as a fixed, unchanging guide, a kind of North Star for constitutional law. In stark contrast, non-interpretivism paints the Constitution not as a fixed document, but as a living, breathing entity. Non-interpretivists see the Constitution as a flexible framework designed to evolve with the changing tides of societal values. They argue that it's not just about what the framers intended, but also about how the Constitution can best serve the needs of contemporary society. This approach allows courts to interpret the Constitution in light of modern-day social, political, and moral values. For non-interpretivists, the Constitution is not a relic of the past, but an adaptable tool for the future. To put these concepts into perspective, consider the following analogy. Imagine the Constitution as a play. The interpretivist approach would argue that the play should be performed exactly as the playwright intended, with no changes to the script, the set, or the costumes. On the other hand, the non-interpretivist approach might see the play as a living work of art, open to reinterpretation and adaptation to suit the tastes and sensibilities of a modern audience. In summary, interpretivism and non-interpretivism offer two contrasting views on constitutional interpretation. Interpretivism hinges on the text of the Constitution and its historical context, treating it as a fixed guide for constitutional law. Non-interpretivism, meanwhile, views the Constitution as a living, evolving entity that must adapt to changing societal values. These two differing perspectives not only shape the way we read and understand the Constitution, but also influence the decisions made in courtrooms across the country, affecting everything from civil rights to criminal justice. Whether you lean towards the unchanging North Star of interpretivism or the adaptable living entity of non-interpretivism, understanding these approaches enriches our understanding of constitutional law and its role in our society. So the next time you find yourself pondering the Constitution, remember it's not just about the words on the page, but how we choose to interpret them.